to like go see her boyfriend. And so then we hang out with them for a little bit, but I'm literally just waiting in the car because there was a lot of guys there, and like I just don't want to do that to my boyfriend because I know if that was him with a bunch of girls, obviously I would be pressed. But anyway, I'm waiting in the car, and like my best friend's waiting with me most of the time, and I promise you I did not mind. Like I did not care. I was just on my phone. So they're all hanging out, and then it's getting closer to 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm tired, I want to go. And so 2 of my friends like got in the car with me, and we were about to go home, and then our other 2 friends stayed with like the group of guys because this one of the friends was the one who wanted to see her boyfriend. So we get home. I guess it's because the teachers and principal were not doing anything about it. When everybody was walking, he would purposely trip kids. This one time, this girl brought in pencils for the whole class, and she didn't give him one. So he said that he felt sick the one day, and all the kids went out to recess, and he went around and broke every single pencil. And I came in and I found it, so I told the teacher. And then during nap time, he put his mat by me. And when I finally fall asleep, he literally comes over and stabs me in the back of the neck with a pencil. Story time about why I hate Valentine's, and we're all being warm and welcoming. And immediately, all of us could sense that something was off with this chick. Immediately, she starts going off about how she has a problem with the TV show we're watching. She did not like the fact that we were watching crime shows. She was like, oh my gosh, you guys really need to turn this off like right now. Low-key thought I was gonna see her on there or some shit. But yeah, she was just being super paranoid, and we're sitting there like, girl, we have 10 channels. 7 of them are going to be true crime, and 2 of them are the news. Oh, and the other channel was black and white movies, and no. And we all turn around and everybody's standing there. So they sent me home and told my parents. But I didn't get grounded because low-key my mom knew I was a hoe. Story time about how I tried to get my boyfriend back for cheating on me, but I ended up with an STD instead. So a little background information. I was dating this guy for about 7 months whenever I was in high school. And I would always hang out with him, his guy friends, and their girlfriends. Well, the one night we were hanging out at my house, and he kept checking my phone. And he said that these guys have been following us around since we got into the mall. And then security's like, well, where's your mother? Acting like it was our fault that we could be kidnapped for not being with my mom. So after that, he's like, all right, just go find your mom, I'll talk to them. So I call my mom and I'm like, hey, where are you? Of course, she's on the whole other side of the mall. So my friends and I are going to meet her on the other side of the mall, and we look back to see if the security guard was talking to them, and literally the security guard just walked out of the store and went the complete opposite way. Then we walk up to the security guard and we're like, you didn't even talk to him. And then he turns around, rolls his eyes, goes over and starts talking to these guys. And then we continue to the store that my mom
Instagram stalk and like see how this tragic story unfolded, because I love things like that. I love pain and sadness. And so I went to stalk her on Instagram, and then I went back to show my friend and look on a different day. And when I did, she had new posts, and so I stalked even further and like found obviously her whole family and whole career history on the internet. And it turns out she was not dead at all. She was very much alive. They were very much together in a relationship. And he was so normal. He was like the most normal person I'd been on a date with in a long time. And I confronted him about it and told him that he lied and that she was
sure she said like other things that I'm forgetting, because I was kind of like in the moment like, and if she comes across this video, guess what? Morgan Wallen did. And signed my poster, so you were right. It was stupid of me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because I definitely thought she was not a very nice girl. That's my life. I need to go pick out like a small hat to wear to the next concert.
Let's do a get ready with me for a Sephora shift while I tell you crazy holiday stories that have already started happening, because you know what? People are broke.
And I talked to Tyler about it before, and he's like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. He's my best friend. So fast forward, the one day Tyler and Jaden are both over my house, like for part 2. Part 2 about how my boyfriend found out that I was cheating on him with his best friend. So like I said, Jaden and Tyler are both at my house, and Tyler ends up getting a call. And it was his mom telling him that his brother had just passed away. So Tyler told Jaden that he needed to find a ride home. And after that, Tyler left immediately.
I'm the face of the city, bitch. That's why you mad.
And this whole situation happened a month after we got married. So fast forward, it's a Sunday morning. Well, usually every week on Sunday, I clean the whole house. So I woke up, went into the bathroom to take my ring off, and I could not get it off. Mind you, I had gained a little bit of weight since my husband and I got engaged. Anyways, I tried butter, I tried soap, I tried everything, even oil. So after trying to get it off for an hour straight, my finger was 3 times bigger than it used. Things in common, his sense of humor was great. Well, the one night before work got out, Tim asked for my number, and I said yes. However, since I was still with Jacob, I decided that I was going to break up with him before I texted Tim. So I broke up with him. Fast forward to now, Tim and I are in a super good relationship, but now everyone's saying that I cheated on Jacob. What do you guys think?
Story time about how my aunt drugged me. So a little background information, I was 16 and in 10th grade, and I had
The man behind us was staring at me a little bit, but I honestly thought it was just because I was making TikToks in public and like valid reason to stare. However, he was also there with this baddie of a woman and a child. Like halfway through the flight, the woman gets up to go to the bathroom. I obviously don't think anything of it. She's going to the bathroom. And then I get a little tap on my shoulder and I'm like, yeah? And then in between the seats, he shows me his phone with a text in it. He's giving me these weird eyes and I'm reading the—
Like, I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna kiss this guy or whatever. I honestly thought we were all just gonna hang out and ride his ATV. I have no idea what the hell that thing is, but it's something. Anyways, so they pick us up and we go to his house and ride the ATV thingy. Anyways, so Tracy and John obviously want alone time, so they leave me and his cousin stranded in this construction site area. And his cousin was like low-key weird and was just giving me the ick and was saying like all these weird—
story time about how I almost got away with sneaking out. A little background information. It was the summer of my sophomore year in high school, and my parents are super strict. Like, they had a tracker on my phone, they had a tracker in my car, they have cameras all over my house, and my curfew was 7:30 even on weekends. Well, this boy that I really liked was throwing this party, and I begged my parents to go, and of course they said no. So my friends and I came up with this elaborate plan on how I was going to sneak out of my house and go to this party. Well, we had already been talking for 2 months and I really didn't care because I liked him and I wasn't just going to turn my feelings off. First of all, I do not owe that girl any loyalty. Number two, we were already intimate with each other, so I don't know what could make this situation worse than it already was. I mean, I did confront him about it and he told me that he was going to break up with her for me. So I believed him. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to wait for him to break it off with her and I'm still going to talk to him. So eventually he literally made me wait for like 2 more months. So what did I do? I told his girlfriend everything. I'm not gonna lie, it's not even that I wanted to be a— I snuck into the room and things started to get real nasty. There are kids on this app, so just use your imagination. And things started to get really loud and we woke their parents up. Like for part two. So we thought that we woke their parents up and we heard someone walking up the stairs. So I ran into the bathroom, hid, and they asked if everything was okay. And I was just like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I think I caught whatever my best friend has. So they went back downstairs and we thought they went back to sleep. They were never asleep. So we decided— see my Snapchat location change. He would be like, where are you going? Why didn't you tell me you were going here? So I started distancing myself a little bit from him. Also because our relationship was just moving way too fast. Within the first month of us dating, he was talking about wanting to marry me. Like for part two. Part two about how my ex-boyfriend accused me of cheating on him on an all-girls trip. So like I said, I started distancing myself from him because he became too attached and was just way too toxic. Well, I was also in a lot of clubs in school, and
They tryna be, they tryna be, she wanna be,
back. The police is still not here. They stopped shooting at this point, but everyone is like getting into their cars and leaving. Duh. Then we're still waiting for the police to get here, y'all. Like, the police takes like a good 10 minutes to come. Like, not gonna lie. Like, at this point, the person who him already left, babes. Already been down the road, down the street. They gone. Then the police come and this guy
house in like 3 years. It's not like it's something that gets to me. It's not even my property. It's my parents' property, which I guess is just even more disrespectful. It's not my house you're egging, it's my family's. And I was expecting it to be guys, but it's just weird seeing that it's girls. I think that's because I'm such a girl's girl, so I have a hard time understanding like why someone would do that to another girl when I literally have done nothing to another girl that I can even think of. Literally, I cannot think of one thing that I've done to a girl to piss her off. Okay, besides that, my day was actually great. I just want to say I'm not embarrassed by it. If anything, it's more embarrassing to be the person doing that.
especially sexuality. Like, sis had a whole ass husband. But at the time, I didn't think anything of it because I just thought that she really wanted him and I to date. But when he turned 15, things started getting a little bit weirder. Like, sometimes he would go over my house right after school, even when I wasn't there, to hang out with my mother. And usually the only time he was at the house was whenever him and I were hanging out. Well, the one day I walked in and they were both sitting on the couch talking. And when they both saw me, they acted like nothing was wrong with it, like for part two. Part two about how my best—
for whatever reason, I would apologize and we didn't even have to talk about our boyfriends anymore. We could talk about our friends. We've been friends for 5 years prior to you even dating your boyfriend. I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend. And me being in a relationship of my own. So I said, you could have been mature about it instead of going around telling everybody else. But she got pissed about that. Maybe because I was right. So whatever, time goes on. I tried to apologize like 3 times over the summer too. So fast forward to my junior year. We have a few classes together, and I'm a junior now. So I was like trying to talk to her, and she was like she was talking to me first. She like said my name and like
boyfriend, my plan and everything like that, and he was on board right away. So he came over to my house, we did all that good shit. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys. My ex-best friend had begged me not to tell her boyfriend. She was like, you don't get it, like I really love him, like I really don't want to lose him. And I told her that I wouldn't tell him. But I don't really know what her boyfriend did. All I know is that I sent the video to my boyfriend. Oh, and also my boyfriend begged me not to tell her boyfriend because they were best friends. But I did it anyways, and like I said, I sent it to him.
He works nights, but this particular weekend, he wants to cook for me. So I'm super excited. I grab my favorite bottle of wine and an overnight bag, and I head over. No sooner do I put the microwaved Alfredo to my lips, there's a knock at the door. I'm like, are you expecting someone? He's like, no. He begins collecting my things and tossing them out the back door, and then tells me to hide. As I'm collecting my things and going over how my life has reached this new low, MacBook in the...
We're dreamy! Did you see his role? It's the main character's love interest.
It is?
Yeah, but don't worry, I don't even like him.
Really? I'm gonna go talk to him. Hey, Brad!
Who are you? Here, give my number to your friend over there. She's beautiful.
Sure.
How'd it go?
Great! He gave me his number.
Nice, I'm going to practice.
Wait! Can I do your makeup first? Makeup's almost done, just one final touch.
Know what you did? I'm going to drink your blood. Someone help me!
His best friend, who we're gonna call Caleb, him and I literally despised each other. But Alex would always want all 3 of us to hang out, so we decided that we had to get along. So we decided to keep it civil only when we were with Alex. Well, fast forward, all of a sudden, Caleb's grown-ass sister starts hanging out with Caleb and Alex 24/7. And it was weird, because she was like a senior hanging out with a freshman. But I didn't think anything of it at first. Well, then, out of nowhere, while I was at school, like a week later, Alex says that him and I need to... I realized that Nate has a hickey on his neck. From me. So I started having her drink a lot because maybe she wouldn't remember and she would have thought that she gave it to him. Well, I woke up the next morning and nobody was at my house. And when I went into the bathroom, I saw that all my hair was cut off. Story time about the boy across the street who used to stalk me. So a little background information. My parents and I moved into a new house that was literally 5 minutes from where I used to live. But I went to private school. And almost all the other kids in my town went to the public school. So I didn't really know.
We know you do something. We know y'all do something too. I was like, do we respond? Yes. I was like, I'm not just going to let him disrespect me like he's already done enough of that. Of course I'm going to respond. I'm tired of him bothering us. So she was like, oh, so y'all continue it too. Do we start it? No. Do we say something back and defend ourselves? Absolutely. And I said that to her and the male principal. Absolutely. Anyways, after the bell rung, I had left out and I was walking downstairs. Obviously, everybody was already gone by the time I got out the office. So
I was still like obviously posting activity. I wasn't doing social media, but I was still actively posting on social media at the time. So whenever I would ask for my phone back, this man would log out of Snapchat, log out of Instagram, log out of everything, close both apps, right? So imagine 2 people in a day sharing a phone constantly. He's doing it. I'm like, babe, I need my phone. I need my phone. I need my phone. Every time, even if I just wanted to Google something or check the fucking time or check the directions to somewhere, he would log out so I couldn't see what was going on. Why was I so stupid? And I just thought, oh my God.
As they come in because it's part of my job. And this one lady, I ask her if she needs any help. And she kind of looks at me like hella sus. Like I did something wrong by asking her a question, which... Working in a makeup store is not really unfamiliar because people usually feel like it's a setup when you ask them if they need help with looking for anything. Usually I just genuinely want to make sure that no one needs to be pointed out to a direction so I can go back to what I'm doing. So then this other lady comes in and they look like they would probably know each other. And this isn't me assuming, but like I felt the vibe that they knew.
Reacting and she was trying to gaslight me, but obviously I stand on business. I know my truth. I know I'm not overreacting. Then there's like, I think I was looking on Snap the other day and this is what ignited me to tell this story. I saw a clip. I'm taking snaps of myself like, hey, on my holiday. And in the background, she's like, I'm just so sorry. Please forgive me. I hope we can go past this. I'll see if I can find it and I'll add it in here.
Thank you for what? For what?
Life, I get a call from my friend Jake, who was there that night of the night of the party. And he's like flipping out. He's like, I think I know who took Mimi, aka my dog. So I'm like freaking out. I go into the kitchen, I put him on speakerphone so that way my parents can hear. And he was like, well, my girlfriend Avery has this one girl who was at the party that night on Snapchat. And I was like, okay, and what the fuck about it? And he was like, well, the one night we were laying in bed together and she was going through people's Snapchat stories and then she got onto this girl's private story. And I told her, that's
with girls dealing with their in-laws. Here's my experience with my in-laws as an Arab girl married into a Pakistani family. Quick summary of my relationship in case you are not up to date and you don't know. I ended up marrying my best friend from dental school. Literally 2 years after being really good friends in dental school, we ended up falling in love, catching feelings. Let him know, like, I'm not gonna get to know you unless, like, your intent is for marriage, and he was on the same page. Literally a month in, I knew he was the one, so we just kept talking. I told my mom about him. He had never introduced a girl to his family or anything like that, so he was really scared, and I was just
actually keep liking me, and like, I don't know, because I feel like the guys that actually want just lose feelings like right after, I don't know. Anywho, that was my story time for y'all.
I got hit by a drunk driver. Story time! It's a Saturday night. I have my girlies over for a sleepover for a little girls' night, and we decide we really want a sweet treat, naturally. None of my friends wanted to drive, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll drive, hop in, let's go. Everything's going great until we hit the...
I just flipped the switch.
To look at the pictures that we just took, and there's a bunch of notifications on Snapchat from a account that just had the unicorn emoji. So what do you do in that moment? You check the messages. I opened the Snapchat messages, and the last thing he said was, love you, I'll text you after I get off work. Work is crazy because not only did this man not have a job and I had to pay for everything, but you're at my sweet 16. He was 2 years older than me, by the way, so he was 18. Should have had a job.
Someone does something like that, I can't like them back. Like, I don't know, that just makes me lose my trust. And it also makes me insecure that they'll like not fully like me because like he probably only came to me after that girl cut it off or something, you know? Also, he would like call me hot and stuff, or like call me pretty. See, I'm pretty enough to attract, but not to keep. Anywho, and so he would like call me pretty while he was talking to that girl. Anywho, so he asked me back, right, if I said apology, and I was like, I'm sorry, like I can't like you again. And so I think that's the end of it. But he'll like still try to snap me and stuff. And then my little brother is like not in
a situation they got themselves in the first place after they already did what they did. I'm a no BS type of person, especially with friendships like that. Like, you do what that person just did, like, forget about it. But just know, I still won't go behind your back and say stuff bad about you, even though I really just, like, would never go behind their backs to jeopardize any situation that they literally already put themselves in. I'm the one sitting here trying to fix it for them. Like, I'm such a person that if you do something wrong towards me that I would never do to you, you're not allowed to be associated with me. And it's not just
He literally was so mad for no reason. He was like, if y'all don't do this, y'all not gonna go see your mom. I don't even know if you can really call that kidnapping, but since we were held against our will, I guess, yeah. I just want to add that I let go of my trauma because I refuse to let my past dictate my future. But with that being said, at the age of 20, I've come to the understanding that a lot of adults failed me and my sister. There was so many times where adults knew what my dad was doing. They could have intervened, but they choose to just turn a blind eye.
How does he know? Anyways, he was such a gentleman on the first date, like, held the door open for me, paid for dinner, bought me flowers, obviously like bought me a bunch of jewelry, which I was like, this is like kind of weird, like suspicious. Like, this is the first time I've like ever met this guy in person, and we've only been talking for like a couple weeks. Like, why is he like buying me all of this stuff already? When he was dropping me off,
I was hesitant because of all of the stuff that my mom had told me about her, but I started walking down to her car and my mom whips in the driveway. Eventually my aunt ends up talking my mom into letting me see her, and apparently my aunt has been asking to see me for a very long time. So she takes me to the mall, we eat, we get our nails done, and at this point I'm thinking she's kind of normal until she takes me to her house. Like for part 2. Part 2 about my aunt who drugged me. So like I said, she ended up talking my mom into letting me go with her, which I was super grossed out because she smelled really bad and her car was...
They were like, all right, babe, we're gonna pull up, and they pulled up. Once they pulled up, they sent a picture of our outside of our house, and we're like, all right, bet. So we come outside looking for the car. I'm ready to throw hands because my cousin, she's a really sweet girl. She doesn't get into no problems, and I was just trying to defend her. And I'm looking for them, and I'm calling them, like, where y'all at, because y'all sent a picture of the house, but y'all not here. And out of nowhere, I peep like a little van, like, you know, like
just right there in the corner. He starts threatening to write me up, and he started talking down to me any chance that he got. Like, how are you gonna talk down to me when you literally were just hanging out with me last week? Like, you're a full-grown man. Act like it, please. Like for part 2. Part 2 about why you should never get romantically involved with someone that you work with. So like I said, he just started acting really weird towards me. Like, he just woke up one day and decided that he hated me. He starts threatening to write me up, and then he starts talking down to me any chance that he got. And I'm not going to take that from a grown man.